Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us opportunity to be here again once again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count this as an act of worship that is going to accept from us and grant us al-Jannatul Firdaus. Those were the two sababun nuzul of what? Of the Quran al-Karim that Allah mentioned concerning the verse that we have read. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that man halafa, whoever wants to make an oath, Al-Yameen, or whoever makes an oath that vow that I'm not going to do this, and he saw something better than what he has made oath upon. For instance, he said, I'm not going to pay your school fees any longer again, out of annoyance, out of anger, state of anger. Wallahi, I'm not going to, even you say Wallahi, you said that, but not deeply from your mind. It's because of the situation around you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever said this, or whoever does this, he now saw that something better for him to do is available than what he has sworn about. After you have sworn, Wallahi lazim, I will not forgive you. Wallahi, I will not pay your school fees. Wallahi, that's sure, I promise you, I'm not going to give you, because he made you angry, right? You now discover that after that oath that you have made, you now discover that for you to give him that thing is better than you not giving him. Allah said, giving him what you have promised him has expiated the oath that you have made, because it wasn't intentional. It was situational factors that led you to what? To say that Wallahi tallahi. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Fatarikuha kafaratuha." Living that oath that you have made has expiated the Wallahi al-Azim that you have said. I hope you are getting it. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala proceeded by telling us that La yu'akhizukumullahu bil-lagwi fi aymanikum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm not going to hold you ransom for any lagu that you have vowed. The oath of lagu, we have three types of oaths according to Sharia of Islam. Number one is al-lagu, unintentional, like that of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, like that of Abdullah ibn Ruwaha radiallahu ta'ala anhu wa jamia, and the example I just gave. That oath wasn't intentional. It was the situation around them that made them to say, Wallahi, I'm not going to do this. We can see from what Abu Bakr did. He said, I want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive me. He now multiplied what he used to do for Mr. Ibn Asasa. So the good or the goodness that he did after that oath has erased the oath he has made. That kind of oath is what we call Al-Yameen al-Lagu. Al-Yameen al-Lagu. Unintentional oath making. Number two is Al-Yameen al-Munhakada. Al-Yameen al-Munhakada. Al-Yameen al-Munhakada is the kind of oath that if you make that oath, you have an expiation that you have to pay. Intentional oath. Like now in the morning you wake up, you now face your wife, you now say, Wallahi tallahi summa billahi, from today onward, I will not copulate with you again. Not that you are sleeping, not that you are in a state of hunger. You just wake up in the morning and you just face your wife, or you face your children that you, I'm suspecting you are a bastard. From today, Wallahi tallahi, I don't know where your mother brought you from. Maybe you belong to the Kofi family. No. because this is your face, it doesn't, wallahi, from today I won't pay your school fees again. Intentionally. That is the kind of vote that we call Al-Aymaan, Al-Yameen, Al-Munakada. Akidu means something that we tie, that deliberately is what you do. Now, if you now perform that kind of oath, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you are going to use to expiate it. A oath that you intentionally do. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you, Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Quran chapter 5 verse 89, that La yu'akhidukum Allahu bil-lagwi fi aymanikum. Me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will not hold you ransom. I will not hold you responsible for the oath you made, but they were unintentional. They are not intentional. Walakin, but with exception, yu'akhidukum bima aqadtum. Me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to hold you ransom with the deliberate oath that you have made, with the intentional oath that you have made. Bima aqadtum. As I told us that Al-Yameen, Al-Munakada, Al-Aqadtu, the one that you made intentional. Now, you have made this intentional oath. You now realize that, yes, you have crossed the boundary line. How are you going to seek for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It's not just istighfar. Istighfar never suffice for this. Any intentional oath, any rantsuwa da in ka yi deliberately, intentionally, da cikakken niyya ke wallahi ba zan nisance ki kuma ba, ba zan kusance ki kuma ba, tun daga yau kin ishe ni, zai ta baki abinci ki zauna a gidan rana, komai da komai, kai dan banza da ba zan biya kudin makarantar ka ba, kuma daga yau intentionally, you are not under any pressure, you are not under any hunger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you make this type of vote, fakafaratuhu, kafara da zaka biya in ka yi wannan rantsuwa, itiyamu asharatin masakin. You are going to feed 10 masakin, 10 beggars, less privileged people. Any oath you make intentionally, and then you now discover that after you make that oath finish, you now discover that you have wronged Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For you to become a reborn again to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to do what? Expiation of the previous oath. To cancel that oath. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said we will do. It'amu ashara masakin. You are going to feed 10 beggars, 10 less privileged people that need, not the ones that are okay. The needies, the almajiris, that if they get in the morning, they don't know what they will eat in the afternoon. Then how are we going to feed them? It depends. The peculiarity depends on the particular society we find ourselves. If you are in the Yoruba land, the Yoruba people, they like pounded yam with vegetable soup or egusi soup, fish, pomo, gbogbo nkan nu ẹran, they like it like that. This is what you put together with water and every other accessories. You put everything together and you ensure that what you have put together is what can satisfy a whole human being. Then this is what you are going to do for 10 masakin. For you to do what? To expiate the oath that you have deliberately made. If it is not in the Yoruba land, there is maybe in the north. We know the food we used to eat in the north is what? Tuwo masara, miyan kuka, miyan taushe, ko da daddawa mai kyau. To, za a nemi duka haka. Za ka tara shi. You will ensure that this food is what a whole human being can eat. So what you are going to give should be peculiar to the society you find yourself. That is the first condition. The second one, Allah said, Aw kiswatuhum, or you clothe them. We know in the north, za ka sa babban riga, za ka sa hula tajiya, za ka sa wando, za ka sa na ciki duka. You clothe that person complete. If it is in the Yoruba land here, za ka sa buba, the sokoto, the fila, and everything like that. The way it's being done in that geographical location. You clothe 10 people. That is the second condition. Aw tahriru rakabatin, or to free a slave, just for you to expiate the oath you have made intentionally, but you fail to fulfill it. You see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning them. The first one is what? You have to feed 10 people. The second one is what? If you can't do the first one, you do the second one. You clothe 10 people. If you don't have capacity of doing that, number 1, number 2, then you now go to number 3. You don't jump from number 1 to number 3. You have to follow it sequentially as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned it. You can't do number 1. You don't have capacity to do number 2. You now go to number 3. Atariru rokabatin. You free a slave. But which type of slave are we supposed to free? We have different kinds of slaves. The best of the slaves that we need to free is a mu'min. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked in 3 places concerning free slaves, freeing slaves. This is one of them. Number 2 is for whoever has done zihar. Zihar means you looking at the back of your wife, you now relate the back of your wife to that of your mother. You know, see, the back of my wife is what? It resembles that of your mother. From that time that you have seen it, she has become haram for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Mujadala, Quran chapter 73, verse 3 and 4, that وَالَّذِينَ يُظَاهِرُونَ مِن نِسَائِهِمْ, those that used to resemble their wife from the back in relation to their mother. Ka duba matanka kawai ba suka ji kai wallahi kaman mama na take, tun daga ranan nan, tun daga lokacin nan ta zama maka haram. In ka kwanta da ita kana kwanta kaman kana kwanta da mamanka kenan. You can see the gravity of the words that is coming out from our mouth. Just a resemblance. Ki kai wallahi zuwa ratin nan ta kama da kaman mama na. That's why I keep telling us, those of you that your wife used to call you baby, after you are a baby from your mother, you are still baby in the hand of your wife. How can somebody just open her face and open her mouth and call me baby at this age with all this white hair? How about Uzbillah Anzali? We should look for good names if you want to know for a name. We told us, Sayyidina Muhammad, Rabiul Awwal sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to call Aisha, Ya Aish, my life partner. Ya Umaira, my beautiful yellow or red girl. You too, you can name your wife, the Yoruba name, Asakemi, my only sugar in my tea. You can look for all those kind of names, those pet names. How can you be calling me your baby? And how can you be calling your wife your mother? Because you are enjoying your wife. The way you enjoy your mother, the way your mother pampered you, the way your mother cuddled you, the way your mother was so caring, so loving for you. Allah now gave you the opportunity to have that kind of wife. Then I say, Kai, wallahi ìyàwó mi bí mama mi ni. Kai, wallahi matana kama mama na ni. Tun lokacin nan ta zama maka haram. Allah is now saying that وَالَّذِينَ يُظَاهِرُونَ مِن نِسَائِهِمْ, those that are resembling their wife with the back, they are resembling their mother with the back of their wife, or they are resembling their wife with the back of their mother. ثُمَّ يَعُودُونَ لِمَا قَالُوا, and after some time they change what they are saying. The expiation they have to do for this before they will now be legal to those wives again is فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ, they have to free a slave. Min qabli an yatamassa, before they will touch them again. You can see that they have become haram for them. See what he has led us to. Before you touch that woman again, you have to go and free a slave. Your own here is not even buying food for 10 people. It's not even clothing 10 people. What Allah has said here is what? Go and free a slave. Then where do you have slaves to be freed now? Allah says, Zalikum, me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to azuna bihi, I'm warning you people, bihi wallahu bima ta'maluna khabir. Allah said, whatever you have done, I'm going to give you the good news. I'm going to give you the report of whatever you have done. Allah then said, if you can't find a slave, فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ, whoever cannot find a slave, فَصِيَامٌ شَهْرَيْنِ, you have to fast for consecutive 2 months. مُتَتَبِّعَيْنِ, you must not miss one day. That yes, I'm tired today, I need to rest for today. I've been fasting for the past 15 days, I need to rest. You can never rest too. If you rest for one day, whenever you are starting, you start from day one again. For you just to have done what? Just you have resembled your wife to your mother. Min qabli an yatamassa. You can't free a slave, right? Now you have to fast for what? For 60 days. Mutatabi'aini, consecutively. Qabla an yatamassa, before you touch that woman. That was this second condition. Faman lam S.W.T. If this person cannot free a slave, he can't fast for 60 days. فَيَتِيَامُ سِتِّينَ مِسْكِينًا. He has to go and look for 60 beggars that he needs to feed. I hope we know the offense he has committed. Just saying that Kai Gamatana Kamamana. See what you will use to expiate. Allah says, Zalika, all this we are saying, the tu'minu billahi wa rasulihi, is for you to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you must not cross the boundary line. There is a line, imaginary line, that is a danger zone. If you cross it, you have crossed the buffer zone. And when you get to buffer zone, our military guys here knows, they will eliminate you. Or shooting range or whatever. You are going to a journey of no return. When you cross that boundary line, Allah said, Zalika, the tu'minu billahi wa rasuli. The people that we adhere to this are the people that believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet. Watilka hududullah. Allah said, we are telling you, this is the limit of Allah. This is the boundary line. Walil kafirina azabun alim. Allah said, those that will not believe in this, they will be the kuffar. Walahum azabun alim. Chastisement inside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is very severe in torment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said He's waiting them. Will you now be waiting for this torment? So those of you that you have ever said that your wife is looking like your mother, or you are calling your wife mommy, how can you be calling your wife mommy? She's calling you baby. You are calling mommy. So whoever is doing that, should go and stop it, and you need to go and do this expiation as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it depends on the number of times you have called mommy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. Now, we are talking about al-Rakaba, concerning freeing a slave. I just chipped in this so that we should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already given us our boundary limit. So every one of us, we should be very careful in whatever utterances is coming out from our mouth before even our actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, we have explained the first kind of oath and what we need to do as an expiation, as our kafara. We are talking about Al-Yameen al-Muna'akada, the intentional oath that you are making. And whenever you make that kind of oath, what you are going to use to expiate it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you, we have mentioned it. So any oath, any vow that we know that we won't be able to fulfill, we should not commit ourselves and commit Allah on it. Those of you that you have, maybe during your bachelorhood period, or when you are growing up in schools and such, when you started practicing girlfriendism, boyfriendism, and those that you have promised, and you've refused to fulfill the promise, you have to go and look for all of them now and start to be fulfilling your promises. There are some males among us, or in the society, that a female, because of love, she took her mother's jewelry, gold, to go and sell it to finance that male. That yes, when he comes back from school, he's going to support me, he's going to marry me. Now you are back, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. You had 100,000 naira job that you are doing as a salary. That is when you now realize that you can't marry that girl because her mother is selling akara. And it is with that stolen money that girl stole from her mother, from the money of akara that she used to sponsor you through polytechnic or university. It's happening in our society. It's not a fiction. There are some among us deceitfully, because of love, This girl submitted herself to you. She was telling you, Abdul Karim, Muhammad Saheed, Abdul Nafiu, please, let it be that night. Please, let it be that night. Please, let it be that night before you unlock the door. You said, no, Shebi, that night is very close. Shebi, we continue to be enjoying it after that night. Let's start now. And you drop her engine. And after that, you refuse to marry her. She's waiting for you at Barzakh. And whatever you do for another person's daughter, they will also do it for you. Nemesis is coming. After the first time, after the second time, after the third time, when you now saw somebody in Lagos, that's when you now realize that Safu in the village, she has body odor. Because you see some prostitutes in the office here. Some of them are not ready to marry now. They are just here to pass time. Because of the certificate they have. And they are running, they will say, no, it's not running meter. But who run again? Because there is no thermo, there is no meter that is measuring it. And those are the ones that are enticing you. Ọmọ ìyá elégbò tó wà ní village tó yẹ pé tó bá ṣe ẹ̀fọ́ àti irú fún ọ báyìí wọ́n fẹ́ rántí àkì àmọ̀ pé káì àjẹ́nà àtayé lọ ni. So every one of us that have committed intentionally that yes, I'm going to marry you, and you deliberately disappointed her because you had an escape route from your village, that even you, it was accidental opportunity that you had, that even in your house where your mother and your father are living, when rain is falling now, they'll be using boats to be collecting water in her room. You now came here. Fortunately for you, you now have one face me and face you that you are living here. You think you are on top of everybody in the world. You now forgot that same girl that has supported you. Before you be able to be free from this, brothers, do you know? Let me tell us something. To commit sin against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very easy than to commit sin with your fellow human being. It's more difficult than committing sin with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you run to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will forgive you. But if that person did not forgive you, you have nowhere to go. And Allah is going to support him. I'm saying this to us because majority of us will fall into this pit. Whoever you have made and vote with, go and untie it. Because all this wallahi tallahi that it's now so light on our tongue that we throw it away the way we throw saliva. We don't know the exigencies behind saying wallahi tallahi, I'm going to marry you. You are the only sugar in my tea. And you must not see a man around the periphery of your own woman. It was in it, or if you can save Maggie, or if you can save Iyo, or if you can save tea. On your phone. Oath is not something we should take with what? With levity hand. This Al-Yameen al-Munhakada that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us about. Number 3. This one, it doesn't have kafara. And majority are falling into it. How will you stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We all know what is kafara, right? Expiation. Kai rantsuwa da me za ka ce Allah ka yi mun gafara. Wannan rantsuwa na uku din nan is the one we call Al-Yameen al-Gamus or Al-Yameen al-Kaziba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Al-Yameen al-Sabira. He has 3 names. This one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive you. Whatever he's going to do, depend on him on the day of Qiyamah. But in this world, he will not forgive you. And he doesn't have kafara. A similitude of it, which our scholars mention to us, that this Al-Yameen al-Gamus most often used to happen in courts. I hope you are following me. Most often, this Al-Yameen al-Gamus used to happen in courts. That a brother, maybe a younger brother to an elder brother, a 2 siblings, a younger brother, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him far better than his elder brother. But maybe every month, the head of the family, Magaji, is on the payroll of the younger brother. They now discover that the only land that their father left behind for them, maybe they've discovered that there is gold on the land. Or MTN wants to come and they want to come and lease it for 50 years and give them 120 million naira. And the Magaji that has never seen 500,000 in his life, he will now support the younger brother against the elder brother because he is on the payroll of the younger brother. I hope we are getting it. Falsehood, a deliberate falsehood, a deliberate claim that is false is what you call Al-Yameen Al-Gamus, or Al-Yameen Al-Kaziba, or Al-Yameen Al-Sabira. Falsehood, deliberation. You see, if you go to some courts, there are some people that are there, they don't have any other job than you rent them, and they will continue changing documents for you. You have the original document, but what they have is an adulterated one. And they have, for instance, in Nigeria here, some of them, they have the stamp of Lord Lugard, those that brought independence for us. And there is nothing that they see Lord Lugard's stamp on it, that they won't honor it. Because those are our colonial masters. So they will tell him that don't worry, Sheboni Bobo document lower ni, let him come to the court. And when they get to the court, the person that has the original document will now become the victim. Because they have the stamp that you don't have, and their stamp will be recognized. These are the kind of what? Al-Yameen Al-Gamus. Swearing and oath with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on falsehood, deliberately. This type of oath, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive you. What he's going to do with you is left to him on the day of Qiyamah. But to make life easy for you here, number one, there are 5 things that we need to do, that the person needs to do, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is even going to have mercy on him. But before I mention these 5 things, I want to share with us an incident that happened in Riyadh, which I have narrated to us when we are talking about the missing person, Al-Mafqud fil Islam, a missing person in Islam. We discussed it December last year. That if you cheat somebody and that person is close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you supplicate in the morning before the sunset, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer that person. This one wasn't what happened during the time of Rasul. It wasn't what happened during the time of Sahaba. It wasn't what happened during the time of Tabi'un, our Khulafa Rashidun. No, it happened during our own generation. It happened in Riyadh. Riyadh is the state capital of Saudi Arabia, right? Like FCT is your own state capital here. There was a poor man, a village man, that doesn't know left from right, but he knows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there was a rich man that knows ABC from Z, and know from Z to A, that can turn night to darkness, that can turn night to day and turn day. You know them, we have them in our society now, all these so-called influential people. Some of them are not influential. You are the one that are seeing them that they are influential. They are rubbish people. And we are living together with them. That is why I keep telling us, don't value anybody with material. Value somebody that can add more value to your life. The person that was your friend, or that is your friend, you've been friends for the past 3 decades. The only good thing he can do for you in his life is, when he comes to the town, he'll call you, Saheed, please, can you meet me at Al-Aymaan? He will now put you in front of his vehicle. He will ask you, he never thought of the only thing, the person you are valuing, is not valuing you. He only put you in front of his car. So that woman or anything, he turn you to his PA. He has never thought of, let me help this my child, my friend that we've been together, childhood friend. Then let me help him train 1 or 2 of his children. Just put in one conventional university here. Maybe their own children are going to Oxford, they are going to Cambridge. The one they are paying 100,000 a year, last week is there 100,000, Never is there 25,000. Just support him so that the poverty is languishing in. Maybe one day Allah can answer his own prayer, his own child to come, bring him out from there. But the only thing is, if you are not taking care of those of you that you are rich among us, if you are not taking care of those kind of friends, they are the one that will send you to early grave. You know, I used to say it every time. man, he used his influence to go to a court in Riyadh to go and doctor some document concerning the land of that poor man in the village. And the village man doesn't have anything other than that land that he also inherited. And you know, if a rich man is dragging a land with a poor man, they know that that land worth something. Olaosebikan si jaja kakukaku. Wọ́n ìjájà kakukaku yóò bá fọ́kú fọ́ ni àwọn ní tàbí ìjà ní. Tó ẹni tí ó sì ní tí ó fi jà, ẹ̀yin tóbi lọ́sàn ni òun tóbi lóru. You are Kaharu in the afternoon, àwọn Jabaru ni wọ́n lóru. This man took all the documents, he brought it to the man in the village. The man said, this is my land that I inherited. I don't have anything in this life other than my wife, my children, and the land that I have. I don't have any property. I don't have any asset. At the end of the day, they summoned them to court. They went to the court. And part of, I've explained this to us, that whatever we see as an evidence, I talk about Al-Qadi Surah, that whatever we see physically like this, it's what we will use in the court of law to judge. Even if you have 1 million people that can stand for you as a surety, or that can stand for you as a witness, that yes, that land belongs to Saheed. We have the whole world say it is him. It belongs to him, right? If one man alone brings a document that this is the document concerning this land, that is what Islam, not all these customary laws, so that is what Sharia of Islam said we should use to judge. And the owner is not having that land, is not having that document. I've explained this when I was talking about Qadi Surah, the judge that passed this fatwa. They went to the court in Riyadh. At the end of the day, the case favored the rich man. The old man, the village man that doesn't have anything, he stepped out, but he was never happy. And when this man, this rich man, was going to the court, he went with his children, he went with his family members, he went with his friend. You know, when they are asking them the other time that they are calling them from Senate, they should come to Supreme Court of Appeal. You know how many senators follow one person to that place? And anytime they want to catch them, that is when they will be sick. They'll be on the stretcher, they'll be on the wheelchair, they'll be falling down from a police vehicle. Just because of one person in this country, like 57 senators, they followed him to court. So this man too packed all his friends. Yes, I'm a grand alone. I'm a be feeling on you. Now about money. They passed the judgment. But while they were coming back, the old man doesn't have a rickety car, not talk of a brand car, of a branded car. He entered a masjid. He now observed 2 nawafil to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He now told Allah, Allah, if really you are the one I'm serving, the sun that has risen this morning, don't let it set before you fight for me. I told us this story when I was trying to write one professional exam some years ago. I came from Owerri to this Lagos. In Yabadie, VI, we went for the interview. Somebody answered me with my small JMO, and I wore a coat, not even looking like one Al-Majiri, but he identified that I'm a Muslim. We started the discussion based on our professional interview. The next thing he continued with me was, what can I say about Boko Haram? In a professional interview, for me to be registered as something, what I'm saying now is almost 15 years old. He asked me some professional questions, I answered. The next one, maybe the 4th or the 5th question was, what can I say about, and he was a kafir. I know where he's going. Neither anyone, I know where he's going now. So from that time, all the boldness in me, everything depreciated. I said, Kai, won't I write this exam again? As I left that VI, I follow Igbo, and I got to a masjid in Igbo there. Before Igbo, and I entered that place, and it was exactly around the time they want to pay Zuhr. So as I entered that masjid before joining them for Salat Zuhr, I told Allah, Allah, You know I'm a Muslim. This professional exam that I want to do, I've been seeing people that don't even know what I know. They never wrote it twice. And I'm not going to bribe anybody. If you are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I must not write it twice. Except to the Rabiul Awwal, when the result came out. I was not having rest of mind till the result came out. That's why my belief. In Nigeria here, from 1 to 4, my name was there. But I confess to Allah that Allah, if you don't take care of this man, the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did during battle, that is why we should know the seerah of Islam. You'll be seeing expos, bonanzas. How Rasul would live his life. You don't need to run to any man to give you no. Ka dai tsaya daidai inda Allah ya ce ka tsaya. Kaka yi zina, kaka ci haram, kaka yi sata, kaka yi gulma. There is no way we are not going to commit sin, but it will be the lesser ones. The grievous ones, Allah will now be forgiving. We take it away from them. So, let's come back. This man now say, Allah, if really I'm serving you, this son must not serve before you fight for me. As they were coming, this man get to the town. He got to his family. No, before he got to his family, the man that came with all his family, the rich man, on their way going, nobody remained inside the accident. All of them died, including the document was soaked with blood. All his friends that went to celebrate the rich man, all of them, they perished. They took all their corpses to the town. The woman, wife to that rich man, you know, said, yes, I knew where this incident came from. It is the unlawful property of an innocent soul that I want to claim that is ours, that Allah has fought for that man. The woman, personally, inside her grief, she now took the document, she now took it to the owner's house. On getting there, the man has not come. You know, he doesn't have car. Compared to somebody that has his own personal car, within 1 hour, he has gotten there. But can the see Shigamoto and Kaswa? Let's say a cow, let's say a Mondo, let's say Odalekoto Dele. So when the man now got back home, the first thing his wife did for him was that, Mijina Gashi. The man was amazed. Where did this one come from? He said it was so person's wife that brought this document. This is the document to your land. They have forcefully claimed that it's theirs. What happened was that all of them that went to the court, the way you too, you went to the court, including his children, including his friends, including all of them, it was their dead body that they brought into the community. What happened? Al-Yameen al-Gamus, Al-Yameen al-Sabira, Al-Yameen al-Kadiba. This is the most grievous oath that we should never try to commit. Because if you commit it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to fight you severely. You can see even human being, Allah is fighting for an human being, ordinary human being. Not talk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to not fight for himself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. Conclusively, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Khamsatun laysa lahunna laysa lahum kaffara. There are 5 things, as I mentioned last week. There are 5 things that they don't have expiation. They don't have kafara. If you commit that sins, if you commit any of those sins, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to chastise you severely. Number 1, al-ishraku billah. To be associating partnership with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are some of us that through our manams, through our sheikhs, through our mukaddams, those of you that you are doing wiridi, either you are Tijaniya or Qadriya, the way some of you elevate your manams, your mukaddam, that do tarbiyah and tazkiyah for you, is even more than that of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The way some people rated Sheikh Ibrahim Yas, they did not even rate Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam like that. The way some people rated Sheikh Ahmad Tijani or Sheikh Abdul Qadir, they didn't even rate Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, we know them as righteous people, but inside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are they? Even you might be more than them. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let people know you, to be famous, doesn't mean that has determined your level of piety inside of Allah. As severally told us about Uwaisu Karini, he was nobody. He didn't even meet Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brother, let me take more time because of this rain. He didn't meet Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam never knew him. Uwaisu al-Qarni. Qarni is in the present state of Yemen till today. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told his companion that when Uwais come, they should tell him he should do salawat for him and he should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be merciful on his ummah. After the demise of Rasul, nobody knew who Uwais was. Nobody, during the Khalifa of Abu Bakr, they never came across Uwais al-Qarni. Their town is Qarnu. Their town is Qarnu. His name was Uwais. It was during Khalifa Umar radiallahu ta'ala that now went for Hajj. He now discovered that he said in that particular tent in Mina, the people of Yemen, they are there. The people of Qarnu, from local government of Qarnu, they are there. He now went there. He now asked, please, I'm asking for Uwais. They now said, see, he was looking very wretched, very looking haggard. Nobody can say that this is the person that talks to Allah directly. So not until one malam put one big rawani or with one big alkimba, with one big beard that will be scaring all of us. Any no down masiba yawo da kankan sisa ni waja na ma ba irọ́ ni. Ani ni sokoto le ode la yi emi kini kan ti ase sunna kankan e folon le. La tuzaku anfusakum huwa alamu biman ittaqa. To jẹ́ Ọlọ́run gbé. Woman now said, where is Uwaisu? They now show him, see Uwais. He now went to him. He greeted him. He now said, Prophet Muhammad, our master, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, told us before his demise that when you come, we should come and meet you and ask you to pray for him, to supplicate for him, and supplicate for the Ummah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Umar, radiallahu ta'ala, he was the Amirul Mu'minin, the president of all the believers. He now did like this in front of Uwais that was nobody. All those cleaners cleaning our toilets, cleaning our this thing. Even on the bed sheets that you and your wife you slept and everything drop on it. The people washing it, some of them are far better than you, sight of Allah. That they will be crying before you pay their salary. And Allah, you do not cry to Allah before Allah give you what He give you. Immediately, he finished supplicating for Umar, he disappeared. Up to today, nobody knows where his grave is. If it is in our Umar, Afa ti ri ti o mo fi jẹun. Gbogbo yẹn máa kó sọ̀rọ̀ yín wá ẹni tó ṣe pé àtòkè àti ilẹ̀ tí ẹ̀gán ìṣòro ni. Akwai wanda bai da masifa a gidansa ne, akwai wanda bai da challenge a gidansa ne. In a cikin zamanin dimu din nan da za ku ga malamin da ya ce to muna da izmul lahil azami dukan ku kawo masifan ku za mu bayin belon za mu ta kira muku Allah kuma ya kira Allah Allah bai ma ansa ba daga bakin sa ba ko ba ga yaran shi ba su yi daidai ba kowa akwai inda Allah zai jarrabce shi wa ma minna illa lahu maqamun ma'lum. Allah will not give every one of us. We will never balance. We will never be at the same state of equilibrium. Allah will say, this is how we are going to be in life. This one will surpass this. This one will surpass this. This one will surpass this. And this is how the life will be balanced. So, conclusively, we have discussed about the slander of Aisha, Hadisul Ufki, and the Sababul Nuzul of those ayats. What happened to Abdullah ibn Ruwa'a? What happened to Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu? Why did some Muslims, they were Muslims, all these people that they flocked in Medina, that they were mocking Aisha up and down, they were Muslims, they were not kuffar. Why did they do that? And reason why a particular Muslim clan, a particular Muslim sect in this our religion, they used to call Sayyidatuna Aisha that she was a prostitute. It's just because of this incident. They used to say that the angel Gabriel did a mistake, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him to Ali. It wasn't Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Allah sent him to. In their own mouth there. They are the ones that used to do to know that a particular night in a month, they will gather all their women, they will off the light, they will not be dancing. They are Muslims. We are still together till today. They will now be mixing each other, dancing with each other. So any woman that you can lay your hand on, that is your bonanza. You take her and go and do anything with her. They are Muslims, and in the morning they go to masjid to go and pray. They are Muslims. You know, I said I don't like mentioning names, but we are together. Some of them are inside this refinery that I know. And they are praying Hamsu Salawat. But see their belief. That's why we have to be very careful with our theology, with our Aqidah. We have to be very, very careful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. May Allah grant us Al-Jannah to Firdaus. So these are the oaths that the Sharia of Islam has mentioned to us. The next one, we are going to start it next week, inshallah. It's the one we call Al-Ilah. And gradually we are getting tantamount to what led to all this discussion for the past 3 weeks. Where I'm going to, I've not even gotten there. I want to talk about Al-Tolak, about divorce in Islam. But I need to clear all this. I'm just using it to clear road. So a man, the next one now is a man that willingly, in the morning that woke up, that say, Kai, Talatu, Wallahi na sake ki bazan kusance ki kuma ba. I'm not going to meet you again. For how long can we abstain from our women? Brothers, if a woman finish this menstrual cycle this month, before the next one, you must copulate with your wife. That is Sharia of Islam. If you don't do that, those of you that will be on assignment for the past 1 year, 6 months. And that is where some of our brothers that used to travel up and down without their mahar. Some will go for 1 year, some will go for Kinikan in the name of Dawah without their wife. We are committing a lot of mistakes. Because you can see that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wherever he's going, one of his wives will be with him. Those of us that our wives are not here, in the name of we are looking for what we want to eat. You even want to go for your approved leave. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to go for your annual leave, which you are due for. They won't approve it. And you have spent 6 months. And you just want to go and see your family for 1 week. They will say, no time for you. You are more valuable. We need you more. They need you more to continue working and die in the place of work. Down, they will now return your carcass back to your family. Is it the kind of life that we want to continue to live? So the next one we are going to start from is Al-Ilah. It's not part of these 3 that I have mentioned, but it's also an oath, but it used to come in between the husband and wife. So whoever has fallen into that, we are going to see it. Then we start the discussion of At-Tolak. What is At-Tolak? Can we divorce a woman? Yes. Can't we divorce a woman? Yes. Can we and can't we? Yes and yes and no. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is in Quran. Wallahi, Surah Al-Baqarah is very interesting. Every other chapter is very interesting, but Surah Al-Baqarah is loaded. You see, we have talked about the menstruation, right? We have talked about the women. Our women are our farm. You can enter your farm anyhow you can enter. That was what we discussed last week, right? We started from don't marry these categories of people. Those of you that you have Christian wives at home, you are living in a dustbin. And our sisters that marry a Christian, what she is doing in her husband's house is zina. It's adultery. It's not Saheed that said it, it's Quran. And I brought it for you here, I brought the ahadith for you. I will never say what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say. I will rather keep quiet my mouth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. Inna Allah ya'murukum bil adli wal ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is encouraging every one of us to do good. Part of being doing good is to be sincere with ourselves. We should be just in whatever we are doing. And ihsan, you our brothers, I want to specifically direct this to you. You are our security brothers. An incident happened in Ekpe Central Mosque last week. On Friday like this, they were unable to observe their Salatul Jummah because I think they want to dethrone the existing imam and bring a new imam. The new imam was there, and Nigerian police members, they were there. If you see how that imam was rough-handled, imam in Al-Kimba with his beard and everything, he wasn't a young child. At least they should have respected him as an imam. If you see the policeman, the way he harassed him, brothers, you should be very, very careful in the assignment they will send you. The people sending you those stupid assignments, their own children is abroad. Anywhere they are sending you, use your brain. If anything happened to your enemy now, they will abandon you. Look at all the people you went to police college with. Where are some of them? Those that mistakenly, they have shot them mistakenly, accidentally, after paying their hospital bill 1-2 months, they used to abandon them. The country we find ourselves is not the country that is promising. I'm sorry to say this. So whatever we are doing, we should use our discretion. There was a video clip too that is flying up and down. One mobile officer like that, beating an elderly man. His wife was with him now, flogging him, slapping him. Is that part of what they train you for? Use your humility in whatever you are doing. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Don't let whatever we have given us an opportunity to keep intoxicating us. Remember, your enemy too can overpower you. And whatever we do for somebody's children today is waiting for your own children tomorrow. I've ever narrated to us, one police officer used to be in Nako Junction there, when you are about entering International Airport in Lagos there, at Nako. Just because of 100 naira, he had to kill somebody's son that was coming from abroad that just finished his master. Do you know what happened to his own child? To that same spot that he killed somebody's child, that was where they killed his own son too. And he has that only son. Those of you that we are praying together here, be careful. Be careful. Don't let the guns you are carrying intoxicate you. Any criminal, deal with them. Yes, it is your profession. But use sense of humility before you take the next line of action. The next thing they will just say, she hired the guy to painful exit. That is what they will say. They will even send a mystery to your family to go and greet them. Not talk of helping you to sponsor your children. Now that you are working, let your children pay you back in future. Baba, while you are in service, Wallahi, you take care of us. Which country do you want to go today? Don't you want to live that kind of life? Don't let somebody to swear for you. Don't let the service you are rendering, don't let it cost you tomorrow and cost you today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. Not only you, including myself. Every one of us, we have people doing yes sir for us. Don't let it brainwash us. Don't humiliate people. Don't take livelihood, food, away from people's mouth. Don't crumble human beings economically. You crumble him. Sacking people, you don't have any good words in your mouth. Sack it. Allahumma izzal Islam wal Muslimin wa zilla shirka wal mushrikin wa damir adaka ada ad-din wa ansur ibadaka al muwahhidin bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Allahumma innaka al-afu tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma ati nufusana taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khairu man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. Bismillahir la ilaha illa huwa ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis sama'. Raditu billahi rabban wa bil islam dinan wa bi Muhammadin nabiyyan sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Qumu ila salatikum yarhamukumur rahman.